If you're feeling stuck in a rut financially and you're not really sure what to do, these 6 small money habits have saved me and made me thousands of dollars over just the past year. So I wanted to share them with you and hopefully they can help you guys out as well. What would Dave do? This is honestly one of like the best hacks that I use to save money. And the best part is it is super simple. So pretty much you pick a hero in a few different categories. Maybe it's somebody you watch, somebody you listen to, maybe it's Dave Ramsey, or in fitness, you have somebody that you follow. For me, it's someone like Greg, or when I was starting minimalism, this was Matt. And as you're going through making decisions in different areas of your life, you ask, what would that person do in this scenario? In fitness, would Greg eat this type of food? Would he skip going to the gym? No, then I'm gonna do that because I wanna be like this person who's successful. So I'm just gonna copy what I think they would do. It's like getting a free mentor because you watch these people's videos, listen to their podcasts, read their books, and then you can just ask yourself, if this person was making the same decision that I'm making, what would they do? And then you just do that. So when it comes to saving money, pick somebody who you really like their content, you like their lifestyle that they have now, somebody you wanna be like, and just ask them, would they go to Starbucks every single day? That person would probably not do that, so you shouldn't do that. How would they invest? How would they work on saving money? Would they have a budget? Would they encourage you to make that financial decision? And if you don't know what they would say, listen to more of their stuff, read more of their stuff, watch more of their videos. Like right now, I know exactly what Graham would say. He would say to go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. I don't think I've ever asked people to like a video, but you get the point. The 188 rule. At 20 years old, let's say you invest $1. By the time you're 65, that $1 will be worth $88. That is absolutely insane. But if you don't invest at 20 and you wait till 30 to invest, that $1 will only be $33, which is still way better than $1, but it's not 88, you know, it's a lot less. Understanding this idea and compound interest makes every decision that I make extremely different, and it's like more of a mindset thing for me when it comes to saving money. I don't do like spreadsheets and all this random stuff that's hard to keep up with. I just like to understand how money works. And by doing that, it makes me spend less and want to earn more, because I know that if I don't spend $10 on something when I'm 20, that'll be $884 that I could have when I'm 65. Or another way to look at it is, since the S&P 500 has averaged 10% per year since it was like started, would I rather invest this $10 and receive $1 back every single year for the rest of my life, or would I rather buy this cheeseburger? So whether it's in real estate, your own business, or the stock market, for me it's low cost index funds, it's important to start investing early. If you want to start investing, you can get up to 12 free stocks with Webull. Just use the link down in the description. It's free money, and let's say you earn like 20 bucks off that 20 bucks in 45 years could be like $1,700. So whenever there's a chance for free money and to invest, I'm all over it. Another thing I'm all over is saving money on my monthly expenses, which is why I partnered with Mint Mobile. Have you ever thought, why the coffee is my phone bill so stinking high? Well, let me tell you about what I am using now, which is Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting at just 15 bucks a month, way less than what I was paying before. And you don't have to sacrifice any coverage, any speed or data, because they are built on the nation's largest 5G network. And they're able to keep costs so low because they don't have like storefronts. They just deal directly with you and me, and that cuts out like an insane amount of overhead, and they pass those savings on to us. And actually, like, everything about this really makes sense. You can get set up in like 15 minutes. It's super simple to do. You can scan the QR code or check out the link in the description. And right now there is a special limited time offer that you can get their unlimited plan, which is usually 30 bucks a month, for just 15 bucks. Now, I'm not good at math, but that is 50% off something that is already way cheaper. So if you guys want to check them out, it's what I use. I've recommended it to a bunch of friends and family, and now you can check it out with the link down in the description. Let's carry on. Use your addiction. Most people are addicted to something. It might be the news, it might be reality TV, your smartphone, social media, painting, your work, video games. For everybody, it's gonna be different, but most people are addicted to something. And I realized that I have a very addictive personality. So that could either be a negative thing in my life, like most of the things we just talked about, or I actually figured out how to use that to my own advantage. And that was to become addicted to positive things. So it's really hard to stop maybe playing video games, or checking your phone, or whatever that habit is for you. but that's because you're just trying to subtract something. Instead, you want to try to replace it. So for me, I started to listen to audiobooks. Instead of watching like pointless content on YouTube, I started to watch people who actually improved my life, listening to podcasts. And I actually got addicted and like obsessed with finances. And because input determines output, as I was shoving more and more financial, positive content, wholesome content into my brain, I started to realize that I thought about that stuff. My brain started to look for opportunities to make more money. It was actually like brainwashing myself or like reprogramming myself to be that person that I wanted to be. So if you want to start a business or become better at your job or understand finances or understand your health, take a month, take 3 months, and just read like 20 books on the subject. Just watch like 100 or 200 hours worth of content on that subject, and you're pretty much going to be ahead of like 99% of people. Just with a couple months of focused learning on one subject, you're going to become like almost an expert just from that. Doing this completely changed how I think, how I see the world. It made me more healthy, more happy. I took times where I was obsessed with fitness, obsessed with finances, obsessed with habits and my business and other things. And each one has made me kind of like a better person. I've grown from each time I get really obsessed about something good instead of something negative. And if you want to get obsessed with having more money, I'm going to be giving away $1,000 to somebody who subscribes before we hit 500,000 subscribers. So don't forget to subscribe because it is free. And speaking of free, try to have some free fun. Most of us think of having fun as you're gonna go out and have some fun, you're gonna blow off some steam this weekend, gonna go to the movies, go to a bar, go to a concert, go on vacation. But I've really, especially recently, had this realization that spending money does not equal more fun, more happiness, more anything. In fact, when I was on vacation recently, I had a budget of $2,000 one day and $20 another day. And that really proved to me the fact that spending more money does not make you more happy at all. In fact, it was the free things that we did, the walking in between different things, the spending time with friends and family, going to a park, exploring a new city. That's where, for me at least, I really found a lot of enjoyment. So I think we just really need to get out of this mindset that in order to have a good time, in order to have fun, we gotta spend money. It's like a scam. The $60 an hour rule. This number is gonna be different for everybody, but I suck at math, so I'm gonna use $60. First off, you have to give yourself a little bit of confidence, a little bit of credit. This has helped me earn way more money and waste way less time. It's simply this idea of valuing your own time at more than you're making per hour. Let's say that you earn $20 an hour. You value your time at $20 an hour. When you spend $20, you think of that as an hour of your time. But instead, I want you to pick a much higher number. Maybe it's $60 an hour, maybe it's $100 or $500 an hour or $1,000 an hour. Pick something that's way more than you make now, but still like kind of reasonable. Maybe if you're like me, then it's something that's easy to divide. But this is something that I did where even though I was making $10 to $20 an hour, I firmly believed that I was worth $60 an hour. So I would work like I was earning $60 an hour. I would work way harder, which eventually helped me get promotions. Somehow I started to find other jobs that paid me more, closer to that number that I was looking for, because that's what I valued my time at. I knew I wasn't getting that. So I found different ways to make more because I really believed that I was worth more. But it also like saves you time in other areas. So like, let's say you go to Starbucks, you're waiting in line, it takes 20 minutes. There's a long line today, but you really want a coffee. So you're in line, spend 20 minutes, you get a $5 coffee. If your time is worth $60 an hour, which it is, then you just spent $25 for one coffee because that 20 minutes that you wait in line plus the $5 for the coffee. That is downright stupid. Make your coffee at home. The same thing with everything else. If you spend an hour a day on Instagram, you're spending $60 that you could have earned. So you're spending $60 to like scroll Instagram and get like absolutely nothing out of it. So even when you're not earning as much money as you think you deserve, take that time while you're driving to work, while you're going for a walk, while you're on your lunch break, and learn stuff. I used to listen to audiobooks all the time. So I'd pretty much think of it as I'm getting paid to listen to this. Or instead of wasting this time, I'm gonna learn a skill because this time could have earned me $60 if I just knew something that I don't know right now. And that's pretty much the only difference between earning $10 an hour, $20, $50, $100, $500, $1,000 an hour. Somebody else knows something that you don't know. So if you learn more stuff, that's how you make that kind of money. They're not lucky, they're not different. They just know something you don't know. And that's actually super, super cool. Become that guy or, you know, girl or fish. I don't know who's watching. If you think of yourself as someone who has no self-control, you don't have any money, you're not a really hard worker, you're lazy, you don't like going to the gym, guess what? You're not gonna have a lot of money, you're not gonna have fun going to the gym, and you're probably not gonna stick to that habit. You're not gonna start your own business on the side because you consider yourself a lazy person. So really, what you think about, how you see yourself, the reputation that you give yourself will drastically change the actions that you take. This is actually something that I learned from the book Atomic Habits, which I couldn't find it in here, but it's in here somewhere. But pretty much as you do an action over and over again, maybe you're reading a page of a book every single morning, or maybe better for the analogy of this video, you say no to getting coffee and you make coffee at home. You are casting a vote for yourself to be that type of person. You're saying, I am a saver, and therefore I'm doing this action. And you do that over and over and over again. And eventually you believe that you're a saver. You do things that savers do. And it's because you don't waste money, you don't waste time, you enjoy the things that you do have. And eventually after repeating this habit over and over, you become that person. So I've been able to become a reader, and I was never a reader until like 2 years ago, but it was because I did it over and over again. And I became a saver. I'm naturally a spender. I used to have like a shopping addiction, but now I'm a saver. I'm also an investor. I also have good self-control. I do hard things. If something's hard, that's generally a sign that you should do it. And I've been training myself by taking cold showers to when something's hard, it means that it's important. So go do it. Who you are is really up to you, and you can change from having a bad habit, being a bad spender, bad with money, to being good with money. And it's completely within your control. Another thing that's within your control is subscribing. It also turns color when you click it, which is super, super fun. See you next week.